Can we stand it like there? We can. Okay, cool. Much better. Cool. Cool. What's poppin', boys? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? How y'all doing, man? How's my people? How's my people? How's my brothers from another mother? Hey, listen. I'm going to get that COD Lodge out. I'm going to get it out. I'm going to get it out. Let's get some eye drops so I can survive tonight. So I can make it through the Q&A without getting bloodshot eyes. Ooh. I'll get through it tonight, Mama. I promise. I promise, Mama, I'm going to get through the live. I'm going to get through it today. I'm going to get through the live today. Whether we have 3 people or 300. Kicks, you know what I did? Oh my gosh, that thing is beautiful. Yo, you know, we sleep on a lot of clones, man. Like, we really need to highlight more all-star clones, because 5% of the time a clone is truly all-star. But when it is, man, we got to let people know, because there's a difference between this and so many of the other clones. Ah, it's so good, man. Oh, by the way, Kicks, I did a video today for all of you guys out there who saw my hot take on Summer Mink, okay? Drake's new fragrance came out, Summer Mink. Everybody's in a frenzy. Everybody's talking crazy. Oh my gosh, Summer Mink is the best thing since sliced bread. Oh my gosh. I literally just wrapped up in the studio. Can we show this? We literally just wrapped this up in the studio. Did my 4 affordable fragrances that annihilate Summer Mink. So we did the review of Summer Mink, and now I'm going to bless the people with 4 fragrances that crush Summer Mink that are cheaper than Summer Mink. So 4 affordable fragrances that crush Summer Mink. It's basically 3 fragrances that crush Summer Mink with 1 bonus. The bonus is a clone. So I did that for all my clone heads out there, but I showed you guys 3 designers that crush it. So look forward to that. Okay. What up, Kicks? What up, Lachlan? What's the most natural smelling vanilla fragrance? Oh, there's so many. Look at the video that's about to drop on Summer Mink. I dropped 4 vanilla fragrances for you, and they all smell natural. Beautiful scent of the day, Joel. What do you rate that green Gucci top left? 10 out of 10. Perhaps the best designer release of 2024. And anyone who disagrees with me, it's easily in the top 3 for designers. What up, Danielle? Appreciate all y'all. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming in. Henry, you got to fix your typos, buddy. What up, Gerald? Good to see y'all, man. So, yeah, I was dropping some heat. Trust me, man, that Summer Mink, everyone's talking about it. I gave y'all 4 bangers that crush Summer Mink, and you're going to save money while doing it. It's good to see y'all, man. It's Friday. It's Friday, man. Me and Kicks got some heat coming, too. Top 10 under 200 bucks, dude. That is, pick any fragrance. Well, except for the top shelf. Pick any shelf and just grab 10. There's nothing but bangers. Nothing but bangers. Rushaka, give me a better question, man. Top 5s and top 10s go on my channel. There's millions of them. Give me a more specific question. Are you going to be getting the new Versace Mano Fresh Extreme? No. Unnecessary. I have inside information. It's a good fragrance. Is it worth your money? No, not in 2025. What do you think about exclusive Tabac Maison Alhambra? 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. When it comes to tobaccos and vanillas, you really got to make sure you watch the clones because they lack the realism. Hey man, hey, if y'all want 10 seconds of fame, post something dumb in the chat. I dare you. Give me something dumb in the chat so you can get 10 seconds of fame and never come back. Make our life easy. Make my life easy. Look, no hands. No hands. Get swept. Get swept. I got snipers on deck. And they're excited to put y'all on timeout. Excited. Get your 10 seconds of fame. Pull up. That's the first 10 minutes of the stream anyway. Hey, snipers. My snipers, get to work. Yo, listen, my mods love y'all. My mods love the trolls. It keeps them entertained. When y'all come in here and do that, the snipers get on deck and they love it. It keeps them excited. You guys are giving my moderators biceps in their fingers. You're helping them work out, so keep it up. Everything. Yo, my snipers are on deck. No hands, baby. They are kill shots. First shot kill. Easy. Yo, by the way, Dance with the Devil by Immortal Technique. Even though I should sit you in timeout, I'm not going to sit you in timeout because that song is fire. That's one of the first songs that got... Well, no, it ain't. I'm capping. That was a song that was on loop, though, when I was a kid. Okay, thanks for the recommendation. I want to ask you a question. Oh, before you could ask it, you got sniped. Pew, pew, pew. Pew, pew, pew. Pew, pew. Line, you'll get banned talking like that. No, newbies do not get mod. This is so good. This is so good. I love it. Why do trolls not realize they help my algorithm? It's crazy. Any thoughts on Stronger With You? It's a great fragrance. I think it's mid just because if you're going to go in on sweetness, you shouldn't really play on the fresh side. But I'm a walking hypocrite. So honestly, most people think Stronger With You is like a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10 fragrance. It's a great date night fragrance. If you're only looking for a date night fragrance, Stronger With You will always get the job done. Okay, Jag. Gotcha. Do you have any vetiver? Tons of vetiver. It's a vetiver overflow. Gucci Guilty Elixir. Vetiver. Original vetiver. Creed. Harrods. Vetiver. Grey vetiver. Vetiver. Bulgari Man in Black. Vetiver. Vetiver Sensual. Vetiver. Linsumi. Vetiver. Lalique White. Vetiver. Lalique Pour Homme. Vetiver. Lalique Equus. Vetiver. Bentley Momentum Unlimited, Vetiver, Aqua de Gio, Vetiver. So much Vetiver, Vibrant Vetiver, Vetiver. Pick whatever you want. There's plenty of Vetiver to go around. I'm not into Parsival, Chris. Jag, you're bringing too many frags. Bring one frag. That's my opinion. Sauvage Elixir. Okay, Jay, I see you out there. Sauvage Elixir. Getting your Johnny Depp on. When a designer comes out with an EDT, EDP, and Parfum or Elixir for the 1, this is all for the 1 cent. Make no... In the beginning, in the book of Genesis, chapter 1, there was eau de cologne. In chapter 2, we see eau de toilette. But then in chapter 3, we see eau de parfum. Chapter 4 follows up with parfum, and chapter 5 shockingly comes out with extrait. Listen, man, basic rule of thumb, eau de cologne, eau de toilette, eau de parfum, parfum, and then after that, you have absolute, elixir, extreme, intense, blah, 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 blah. All those are airy, lofty terms that just allow people to push another variation of a fragrance. They don't mean anything, but generally, from eau de cologne to parfum, you're just increasing the oil concentration. Now, the ambiguity in concentration is that at one point, it was just a concentration increase as you went up. But over time, fragrance houses started eliminating and introducing new notes as they moved from eau de cologne all the way up to parfum. So now, as a consumer, it's hard because in some fragrances, like Versace Eros, there's really no scent profile difference in like substantial difference between eau de toilette, eau de parfum, and parfum. It just feels a little bit different. One feels a little denser, one feels a little more projective, etc., right? And that's what should happen to the concentration. But other fragrances, for instance, would be like Fahrenheit. The difference between Fahrenheit Eau de Toilette and Le Parfum is night and day. They're virtually two completely different scents. But the general rule of thumb is as you move up, the only thing that should change is concentration, but you still have to go on Fragrantica or look at the note pyramid of a fragrance because you have to see if they're just staying true to the concentration increase or if they're adding or removing or introducing new notes to the fragrance. So there's your quick breakdown. Is Creed Aventus overrated? No. Love vetiver. Can't wait to get Guerlain vetiver parfum. I'll do you one better, Eel. Skip Guerlain's vetiver and go straight to Roja's vetiver. It's 100 times better. Have a bunch of designers. Versace, YSL, looking to step into some niche. Any good starters? Mancera. What are your thoughts on Cuba Paris House? Meh. Just a friendly reminder, there's 44 people in the live, only 16 like the video. Click the 3 dots right here or right here if you're on mobile. Once you click the 3 dots, it'll say like the post. If you like the live, as soon as it gets to half or better of the amount of people in here, YouTube will start making it rain with $1 bills and put more fragrance lovers, specifically instead of trolls, into the chat so you guys can have a much more fruitful fragrance conversation. So it's up to you. I'm leaving the ball in y'all's court. If you want more fragrance heads in the chat that love fragrance, run those likes up. If you don't, stay tuned and just enjoy the show. I appreciate you guys nonetheless. Trolls included. Arabian Oud Calumet Black. Okay, what is your favorite? I don't have a favorite. I have a problem. Sauvage EDP or EDT, which? I made a video on this. You can watch it in the full extent. But the short answer is Sauvage Eau de Toilette is useless. Only get the Eau de Parfum or the Parfum if you're 25 and under. If you're 25 and up, get out of that and just go straight to Sauvage Elixir. Sauvage Elixir has a little bit more pepper and spice, a little bit more masculine and mature, and it's a more depth of scent. But if we're talking just Sauvage, the EDP and Parfum are perfectly fine. The Parfum's a little more subdued and richer. The Eau de Parfum is a little bit louder in the projection and a little bit more kind of like sweet and spicy, for lack of better words. I'm currently Versace Flame Azzaro Wanted, pretty happy with it so far. Awesome, Maverick. Those are good scents. Hey, got Liquid Brune. Such a universally loved fragrance, but I got bitter notes from it. Smelled antiseptic. Is there something wrong with my Liquid Brune? No, you just don't like it. What do you think about Versace Pour Homme? Good scent, but in 2025, for the same money, you can get so many more amazing fragrances. I was considering getting Azzaro Chrome. Skip Azzaro Chrome and go straight to Mahir Legacy Silver. Same fragrance, but infinitely better. This mimics Parfum de Marly Sedley, but you get the same metallics that you would have got with Azzaro Chrome, but you get a little touch of lime, a lot more freshness, over 10 hours of performance, year-round, beast, in the heat, beast. more sexy of a scent, and it's only 20 to 30 bucks. 100 ml, big bottle. Thank me later. Givenchy Boisé, saw your video. Underrated fragrance. Best in the line, second to Reserve. Not quite, but you know what? Because I love Givenchy, I'll let it rock. Any thoughts on Azzaro Chrome? Just told you. Favorite Mancera for the high heat? Vetiver Sensual, or if you're under 30, Amberful. I got Off-Non Rare Reef yesterday, and it is divine. A twist of Pacific Chill. Off-Non makes good fragrances, so that doesn't surprise me. Absolute Friend. Glad ever. Lin Sumi you can't go wrong with. Ever. If you're ever asking me about Lin Sumi, the answer is yes. Best Mancera fragrance, there really is no best. Mancera is incredible. All their fragrances on discounters run from about 70 to 110. Don't get retail because it's going to cost you $150 to $200. But there's a lot of bangers. Pearl, Jardin Exclusive. And by the way, when I'm answering these questions for you guys, you can always rewind the live if you need to run back. But best fragrances in Mancera, there's so many. Lemon Oud Mint. Amora Cafe is okay, but you don't really need it because Kamarakawa is a $20 banger that is just as good for a coffee scent. So Lemon Oud Mint, Aqua Wind, Vetiver Sensual, French Riviera, Instant Crush, Jardin Exclusive, and Pearl, Amberful, Cedrat Boisé Intense. There's really just an infinite amount of great scents with Mancera. So don't worry about best Mancera fragrance. All the fragrances I named from Mancera, you will be thrilled to have them in your collection. Pick whichever one you want, make a list, go back to them later. Would you recommend for a date for a 20-year-old? Stronger With You Intense, Angel Share. If we're talking designers, date night scents, Stronger With You Intense, La Nuit de l'Homme, Blue Electrique, Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Privé, Dolce & Gabbana K, Sauvage Elixir, Versace Eros EDT, Prada Black, Prada Luna Rossa Ocean, Prada Luna Rossa Le Parfum. There's so many. There's so many good date night scents for a 20-year-old. It's not even funny. Gucci Guilty Elixir. Is the perfume... Is Vaseline a waste of time? Yes. Just get lotion. Unscented lotion. Put that on your skin. You can do something like a coconut or something if you want to ramp up like a tropical scent. But generally, any unscented lotion under a fragrance, you're going to be just fine. You're only going to get about guaranteed 2 extra hours of performance with a lotion, but depending on what lotion you have, you can even get up to 3-4 hours extra performance and a little ramp up on projection. What's up, SB? Hawas Ice, beautiful. Is liquid brune supposed to smell bitter? It doesn't matter what it's supposed to smell like. It's what you smell from it. The reality is you're not going to repurchase a liquid brune if it was formulated wrong, and it almost is never formulated wrong. So if you're getting bitterness from it, it's your nose, it's your opinion on it, it's what you pick up over other notes, and I would just move on to something different. You know, let the bottle sit for 6 months to a year, and maybe it'll go away. If not, you're screwed, but you only spent 20, 30 bucks on the fragrance anyway, so it's not a big deal. Thank you, Noodles. Appreciate you. Love you. Have a wonderful night. Hope you enjoy your Friday. Really want you to smell Black Suede and Black Suede Intense. Very underrated. Look in the description of any of my videos and mail it to me. I'd be glad to review it and shout you out. Amouage. Amouage is great, but it's a very challenging house, so you cannot blind buy any Amouage. I'm 27. Best intense cologne you could recommend. Jimmy Choo Man Intense. I don't... Oh, if you just mean intense smell, not necessarily named intense. Jimmy Choo Man Intense. Great. So let's see. Designers that are intense. Bentley for Men Intense. Lattafa, what is this Quentin Beach fragrance? Teriyaki Intense. Maison Alhambra Afro Leather. It's another intense fragrance. Designers. Bleu de Chanel EDP. Man, there's so many intense fragrances for a 27-year-old. Did you clear your mind a bit out in the country? What scent were you wearing? Oh, I'm simple, man. When I'm out in the country, no one's smelling me. So I actually released a video on this already. I kept it simple. Versace Eros EDT. Fresh, sweet. So when I go out and go to a restaurant, nice little slightly seductive scent. When I'm out in the countryside, freshness, green apple, mint. Can't do it wrong. I'm not going to go into the mountains and bring a massive collection. What's the point? You know, I could have went with like a Wulong Cha or a Silver Mountain Water or a Lin Sumi. You can do anything, right? But Eros fit in my pocket. Swiss Army knife out in the meditative mountains, and it was beautiful. As you continue to grow in your fragrance journey, what's a lesson you have learned or gained other than just wear what you want? It is infinitely cost effective to get decants and discovery sets. Try hundreds of fragrances before you buy. If you want to buy a bottle, cool. Take a little $100 to $200 and get like 4 to 8 fragrances that will get the job done. Date night, fresh scent, you know, therapeutic. Get your little starting 5 or whatever. But after that, just decant for like 6 months straight. Go to Ulta and Sephora, go to Neiman Marcus, start thinking of scent profiles, get a bunch of discovery sets and decants, and rock out and just get your nose on so many things. But again, you got to ask yourself, are you in it to explore or are you in it for utility? If you're in it for utility, just go to Sephora or Ulta Beauty and smell everything because a tester is available and buy whatever you like. If you're in it for the journey and the art of just enjoying all these unique scents and wearing stuff nobody's ever smelled before, then you got to get your nose on a lot of stuff. You got to be sitting on YouTube all day watching people tell you about stuff you haven't heard of and then go buy discovery sets. You got to have friends that are into fragrance so that as they buy stuff, you can trade with each other and just get your game up, you know? So that's some advice for you and I hope it works out. What's some new pickups you're excited about? I've been buying niche fragrances, so almost this whole rack. For the last 3 months, I've been doing niche only. I've got 1 month left of purchasing niche, so I have like 15 more niche bottles coming in. But for right now, in the last like 4 months, all of my Rajas are new. All of my Xerjoffs, my Kajals, my Initios, my Boadicea, my Diptyque, my Ex Nihilo, my Tom Fords, my Chanel exclusives, all those are new. I just haven't really been talking about it because I'm not trying to flex on anybody or anything like that. I've been keeping my niche bottle journey quite quiet because I'm just going to drop the reviews and let you guys see what I've been picking up. Yo, I got the new Game of Spades Emerald. Beautiful. Yeah. The Game of Spades Emerald is really nice. Really, really, really nice. Chrome Azzaro gives me a powdery smell. I hate it. Yeah, move up to Mahir Legacy Silver. You'll love it way more than Azzaro Chrome. What Montal do you recommend? I don't recommend any Montals as of right now. They have some good scents. I just don't think it's worth the price point, but I'm going back to Montal and really, I've got a lot of Montal coming in right now, so I'm going to do a power ranking on Montal. But really the only reason I'm ranking Montals is because enough people have asked me to where I'm going to put the information out there for you guys, but I'm not a big Montal fan. Thoughts on Jean-Paul Gaultier Ultramall? It's cool, but not worth the money today. You might as well just get off on 9 p.m. and call it a day. 5 best projecting clones. I mean, just about everything in my collection is a great projector. Off Non-Supremacy in Heaven, Supreme Loam Extreme, Gary's Den, Armoff Club de Nuit Peugeot 1, FOMO Fragheads Asylum, Tarathi Blue, Cayenne Classic, Initio or Glorious Oud Royal Blanc, Odyssey Own Black Edition, Vibrant Vetiver, Zara Man, Cassius, Amir Celestial, Afro Leather, I mean, just pick. Every cologne I have is a beast projector. What would be a cheaper cologne that smells like Baccarat 540? Club de Nuit Untold. You can get it on Amazon for 30, 40 bucks. Ignore all Baccarat Rouge 540 clones and just get Armaf Club de Nuit Untold. It's got kind of a rainbowy pink bronze-ish kind of like gradient coloration to it. It looks like this bottle. It's just a little bit more rainbowy. Club de Nuit Untold, best Baccarat Rouge 540 clone, and it has monstrous performance. Jimmy Choo Man Intense is good, but it's a EDT. Doesn't matter. Jimmy Choo Man and Jimmy Choo Man Intense are both fragrances that will literally last 8 hours plus, maybe even 10 hours plus. So don't worry about EDT or any of that. Again, we're not talking about ice or blue or all that. Just Jimmy Choo Man and Jimmy Choo Man Intense have insane performance. What is your favorite orange scented fragrance? Chanel L'Homme Sport, easily. I've been wearing Gucci Flora Jasmine EDP all summer. Beautiful. Got my nose on Tom Ford Bois Pacifique. Recently added it to my list. Okay, it's not bad. It's pretty good. I'm subbing. Can I contact you one-on-one another time? Need your help when I go shopping. No, you can't. No. Well, sometime this year we'll do consultations and stuff like that. But other than that, I have over 700 videos, over 600 fragrances reviewed. So anytime you're shopping for a fragrance or want to look into a fragrance, just check my video vault. People that want to meet with me one-on-one, my time is a little bit too valuable to give it out for free at this point in my life. So I try to put as much value into my YouTube channel so you guys get all the free value, but consults and one-on-one stuff like that is going to be offered for members only in the future. So Polo 67 EDP is so good. It's pretty good. It's not so good, but I would give it an 8 out of 10. Best deal you ever got on a cologne? Best deal I've ever gotten on a fragrance, and I hope this doesn't make my collection fall like it did last time. On TikTok Shop, if you buy a fragrance your first time, you get a 45% off coupon. So I got Tarathi Blue, which is a clone of Bulgari Tigar. I got this for $9, 100 ml on TikTok Shop. That's the best deal I've ever gotten. And if you go on my video vault and you type on my YouTube video section and you type TikTok, I show you how I bought it. So if you're the 45% off coupon isn't just for Tarathi Blue. You could use it on anything on the TikTok Shop. So if you're interested in seeing how I did that, just go to my video vault, type TikTok. It's the only video that'll show up. What's your recent favorite niche? Oh man, there's too many to count. Too many to count. I mean, just look at the top shelf. Well, I was going to detach my camera, but it's on a charger. Anything from Roja, anything from Chanel, anything from Ex Nihilo, anything from Boadicea. How many fresh niche frags do you have right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 new fresh niche frags. Thoughts on Lattafa Ram Silver? It's an Ultramall clone, but I actually think Off and On 9 PM is a little bit better. But Lattafa Ram Silver at Burlington is really available for like $15. It's a very good scent. So it's not much different than 9 PM. So and it's a very accurate clone of Ultramall by at least 85 to 90%. Either way, it's a great scent. And it's worth the money if you buy fragrances at the $20 or less price point. What's up, Christine? Good to see you. Where my ladies at, man? The ladies are starting to go up in the demographic on this channel. We're getting a lot more ladies. So ladies, I've got you all covered. I show people this all the time. I just purchased like the top 30 female designers. So one of the things I'm really interested in fragrance right now is the male and female perspective, because In some ways, a lot of men are alike. In some ways, a lot of women are alike. But then we're also very different as individuals based on age, background, preferences, things like that. So I want to offer a male's perspective on females' fragrances, which is something a female can't get feedback on herself unless she's with somebody or something like that. But I'm going to give a scent bubble take on a lot of female scents. And we've covered a lot of unisex fragrances, clone dupe inspired designer niche on this channel, but I want to ramp it up and talk about some of the top female scents from a male's perspective to the channel, just to look out for the ladies a little bit more, because a lot of the ladies on my channel are moms with kids who want recommendations for their kids, ladies with a significant other that they want to shop for, but I also want to add value by reviewing some women's scents. So I have these. I've reviewed quite a few niche women's fragrances recently, and we're going to look out for the ladies on this channel. And we're also going to bring women onto this channel. First woman I'm going to bring onto this channel is going to be my wife, probably in the next week or two, hopefully the next week. And then I'm going to start reaching out to lady content creators in fragrance to play Wheel of Fragrance and to do 21 questions. So looking forward to that. Christine, if you're interested, you'll absolutely get an invite to that. What fragrance channels do you watch? Only my friends. Chris Siage, Trey Fragrances, Siage Saint, Kix Griffey, Suits and Scents, Charm, Fragrance Fraternity. Yeah, there's like a handful of like 20 channels that I watch. A lot of your guys like Jen Sense, Bowtie, Chaos, EQ, you know, all the famous guys, TLTG and all that. I gotta be honest, TLTG I do follow here and there, but I don't really watch big name YouTubers in fragrance. Even Sebastian, they're all great. They make great content, but the community I'm trying to build is from the ground up, and people that are already established, I tune into them from time to time. But one really good high-end reviewer that I've really been inspired by is, in terms of how he shoots content, because he doesn't just do these dry list reviews, is The Fragrance Apprentice. So check him out if you want more cinematic stuff with fragrance, where you're not just going to get a quick review, but you're going to get like a lot of really good information of how to shop, how to look at fragrance, how fragrance has evolved, history of fragrance, and it's done in a very cinematic, comical but epic kind of way. So if you've never heard of The Fragrance Apprentice, look into him. Really dope channel. Okay, let's catch up. Abercrombie has really good EDPs. Okay, what do you usually mix those with cocktail wise? Rephrase that question, DH. Unpopular opinion, I like regular Kamra more than Kawa. The coffee one comes to feel like a Christmas candle, and the original is more boozy and likable. Haven't tried Ducom version yet. I mean, Kamra is a good fragrance, but I don't know how coffee feels more Christmas than cinnamon, vanilla, praline, and booze. I think they're both equally Christmas. Honestly, the entire Kamra line is our holiday fragrances, truthfully. You can wear them in fall, winter, cold weather, but you still are going to smell like a coffee shop. You're still going to smell like Thanksgiving. You're still going to smell like Christmas. You're still going to smell like, you know, vanilla, cinnamon spiced potpourri. So to me, you're not really getting out of the holiday feel with any Kamra fragrance. It's just a preference thing. But you're not crazy. Kamra's the most sold fragrance over the three. Instant Crush or Untold? Instant Crush. Why are testers such a big business right now? Because they're cheaper. What do you mean? I got Risasi Hawas and it hits different. Okay, Chris, I see you. I've been wearing Eau Forte or Eau Forte, and it's different from the EDT and the Parfum. I like it. It's spicy. Okay. What's a good, decently cheap, long-lasting fragrance like 6+ hours? Well, what's cheap? What's cheap and what's the occasion you're looking for? We need more specific questions in here. What's your thoughts on Golf Le Fleur? I haven't smelled it. Risasi Tarathi Blue is sick. Okay, is Atkinson any good? Haven't smelled it, SK. Have you tried Hollister Weekend Reset? I have. It's mid. What's the best long-lasting cologne? So many, Jeffrey. I need a more specific question. Did you recommend any EDPs that have strong black tea notes? If we want to go super cheap, Banana Republic's Vintage Green 78 is synthetic green foresty notes, black tea, and fig. Oolong Cha is oolong tea and lemon. Montclair's La Corday is honey lemon tea. Silver Mountain Water is citrus, rainwater, metallic, black currant, and black tea. I believe it's black tea. Tea notes. What else do we have? Those are the ones that stick out to me the most with black tea. Even Metal Rain from Banana Republic has a tea accord, not necessarily a tea note, but I gave you a lot of bangers with tea in it, to be honest. Okay, been hearing a lot about Off Non Rare Reef. Have you tried it? Yeah, it's a good fragrance. It's very, 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 very good. There's not much niche women's scents. I've noticed everything is almost unisex. That's not true. There is a buttload of niche women's fragrances. Tons. Tons. But here's the thing. A lot of people, the new world of fragrance and perfumery is moving towards calling everything unisex for all the wrong reasons. They're trying to sell bottles. Niche is already exclusive due to the price point, and fragrances aren't being purchased as much as they were 5-10 years ago. However, that's going to eventually go up because right now we're in a fragrance frenzy and more people are getting into the hobby. So it's a cash grab. Fragrances are now going to be called unisex, not because they actually smell unisex, but because if they're even kind of unisex, they're going to call it unisex so that men and women pick up the bottle and try it and hopefully buy it. Rather than turning them off by saying something is a women's fragrance or a men's fragrance. It's unfortunate because it doesn't allow you to navigate fragrance as well, but it's also good because it has you putting your nose to stuff that you might have previously never have tried because it might have said women's or men's. So I'm indifferent to it, but I do think if you call something, if we're going to go genderless with fragrances, there still needs to be navigation tools for knowing what you're going to get into, because people don't have time to be sitting in a fragrance store like it's a library. When you go into a fragrance store, you want to get in, you want to get out, you don't really want to be talked to very much. You want to just pick up your fragrance. So it would at bare minimum be nice if there was some sort of thing that said green fragrances, tea fragrances, vanillic fragrances, romantic fragrances, super masculine fragrances, fougere fragrances, outdoor fragrances, metallic fragrances, aquatic fragrances. And you can hybrid it out and stick fragrances in between. But we need some sort of navigation. And the masculine and feminine aspect of perfumery, I think, should still be in place. It's just we need to be truthful when we call something unisex. And we need to also be okay with fragrances creeping into unisex that could be masculine to some opinions and feminine to others, because it is art at the end of the day, so it is going to be somewhat subjective. But we do need ways to navigate fragrances when we go into a store so that we're not having to smell 300 fragrances just to get to the green scent that we were looking for or something like that. So I hope that makes sense. Let's see. Thanks, Joel, for regulating. Christine, cool. I'm glad you're game for it. Hi, do you have Amouage fragrances? I have a lot of Amouage testers, but I don't carry a lot of Amouage because they're very challenging scents, and I've been spending the last 2 years with Amouage as well as Xerjoff to really narrow down what stuff I genuinely feel like owning a bottle of. A lot of Amouage and Xerjoff. I am so good with travel sprays. We just reviewed Amouage is, actually, let me look. Oh, Beach Hut Man. So that's a great scent. Actually, I do have an Amouage coming in the mail. I have Epic coming in the mail. So that'll probably be my first Amouage full bottle. But I move through Amouage and Xerjoff very slow because we're dealing with much more complex scents that are challenging. So out of 10 fragrances, I will hate 8 and absolutely fall in love with 2. That's just the kind of house they are because they're really more art pieces first and fragrances second. Thoughts on Mind Games? Prodigy. I don't have any thoughts on it. The only thoughts I have is on Mind Game as a house. They're insanely overpriced. At this point, the only fragrances I really recall from Mind Games that I remember the scent profile of is Mentor, Grandmaster, French Defense, Blockade, Jadoub, Double Attack. They have good scents, but mostly what you're paying for is bottle presentation and name. They need to come down on prices. They're almost on par with Creed at this point with price hikes, and it's really ridiculous because for the same price, you can get 2 or 3 niche bottles that are equal to or blow those out of the water. More like Kamwa goes in a Yankee Candle direction compared to original. I mean, honestly, dude, Kamra OG is sweet as hell. Vanilla, cinnamon, spices, nutty. That's Yankee Candle. So the fact that Kawa is the exact same fragrance as original Kamra, just with a caramel latte accord. So the fact that coffee's in it or not, Kawa in some ways is less Yankee Candle because of the coffee. Like there's almost no fragrances in a Bath and Body Works that have coffee in it. On the other end, every fragrance in a Yankee Candle is vanilla, spices, and nuts. So I don't know. I think that's insanely inaccurate. But if your argument is simply I prefer original Kamra, I can't argue with you because Kamra is a great fragrance. Do you have a dupe of LV Imagination? 100%. Despite what everybody is speaking on, Sahib Intense is the best Imagination clone. You don't need Game of Spades. You don't need Aqua Dubai. You don't need Intimation. You don't need Yaman Lail. Sahib Intense, best performance and most accurate DNA of Imagination. And actually, somebody from my channel bought Sahib, and 2 people bought Sahib Intense and got it in last week and emailed me and said, hey, SB, you are 100% right. I love this. Thank you so much for the recommendation. So that's always good when I get crowd feedback on my recommendations. What's your favorite fragrance for each season? I don't have one, to be honest. I wear almost a new fragrance almost every single day. Joma Shop for testers. Joma Shop is a fair-priced discounter site, but you have to read the fine print because some fragrances you will receive in 1 week, but majority of fragrances you will receive between 2 weeks to a month. And they will tell you in the fine print, so you have to read it. Most of the time, if you can find a fragrance same price or better anywhere else than Joma, then get it. What's your favorite Hawass ice? We actually gave away a Hawass original on the last giveaway. Did you hear about that Bois de Jour from Tom Ford is getting discontinued? I did not, Jerry. What's the best authentic discount website for niche fragrances? I mean, some of the usual suspects are going to be FragranceBuy.ca, Max Aroma, Joma Shop, Fragrance X. There's a lot of them, but thankfully today, just Google your fragrance. It'll show you all the best prices in a top 10 fashion, and you can, you can also go the nasty route, sites like Mercari and stuff like that. But quite honestly, if you're looking for brand new bottles and tester to near new bottles, going through Fragrance X, Joma, Fragrance by Max Aroma, and all that stuff is going to be just fine. Olfactory is another great one. Do you wear any Atars? No, I don't. Alexandria 2 is great. Yeah, but I just put my nose to Alexandria 2 last week when I took my wife to a resort, and my new thoughts on Alexandria 2 is that it is extremely challenging. It is one of the less challenging rose oud fragrances, but it is still very challenging. Like, you cannot blind buy Alexandria 2. I highly encourage anyone that's even kind of interested in Alexandria 2. Don't listen to everybody who loves it. Listen to everybody who hates it so you can get some contrast and put your freaking nose on that fragrance before you smell it, because it is not a season-based fragrance. It is an occasion-based fragrance. Very upscale, but very complex and very strong. So you got to make sure you love it before you warrant a 100 ml bottle. Gucci Pour Homme 2, discontinued. Anything that smells alike, go on Fragrantica, type Gucci Pour Homme 2, scroll down to the section that says fragrances like this, and go with any of their recommendations on there. Mind Games took me forever simply because none of the scents stood out. Well, they're more challenging. I wouldn't say all of them are linear. In fact, I think the opposite, but they are challenging. How do you responsibly get all these fragrances? You work hard, and then you get money, and then you have enough money to where buying fragrances of this amount does not impact your life or your finances in a negative way. That's how you do it. Work hard. You'll get enough money to get whatever you want. You can get 100, glasses if you want. And do whatever you want. When you make a good amount of money, you can do what you want. What are some good entry-level colognes in the Dior Privé line for men? I mean, Dior makes excellent fragrances. Dior Cologne, Dior Homme Sport, Dior Homme Intense, Dior Homme Parfum. They're all phenomenal. Fahrenheit Les Parfums, Sauvage Elixir, Sauvage Irregular. I mean, they're all amazing. Hey, I was wondering if Afnan... hey, I was wondering if Afnan 9 a.m. is worth getting as a fresh and soapy scent. I'm going to be honest, if you're looking for fresh soap, $25 Lalique White. Amazing soapy linen scent. Tom Ford Grey Vetiver. Surprisingly, you can still get this for like $100 right now. Great soapy clean scent. If you want to go super cheap, you can go down to Banana Republic's 90 Pure White for soapy clean. Start there. Even Mahir Legacy Silver has a soapy vibe to it, but a little bit more green metallic and aquatic. Bentley Momentum Unlimited as well. But as far as soap, Lalique White, Tom Ford Grey Vetiver, Banana Republic 90 Pure White, CK1 even, more linen and powder in CK1. CK Everyone EDP is more soapy / drier sheetish, very fresh, very aldehydic. Coach Open Road, those as well. Have you tried the current batches of Aventus? How is it? It's not worth the money. Get a clone. Is Armaf Club de Nuit Iconic good? Yes. I'm not going to speak on this much because we do this every night. Somebody asks me about the colognes, but here's Bleu de Chanel EDP. Here's Club de Nuit Iconic. I have them, so you can trust me. It is the same fragrance. $20, not $20. You do not need Bleu de Chanel original at all. You're going to just have to trust me. I'd like to buy Dior Homme Cologne from the private line, but there isn't any testers anywhere near me. Don't know what to tell you. Do you have supers? Yes. Shout outs to, let's see. Shout outs to Scott. He sent me, Scott sent me a couple of supers, but here's one called Tenerifes. I have a couple of supers that were sent to me recently, so we'll be reviewing like 3 of them real soon. Do you like... never heard of them, Sophisticated. Favorite from the house of Zaharoff. Honestly, Zaharoff is another house that I'm very, 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 very familiar with. Shout outs to Kix. He's really a Zaharoff lover. Shout out to TLTG. He's a Zaharoff lover. Fragrance Apprentice is a love-hate relationship with Zaharoff. So I'm aware of all of their flagship fragrances, but I have not bought any bottles. In fact, the only Zaharoffs I've tried at this point in person is Seraphim Red and Seraphim Blue. I haven't tried the Tabak. I haven't tried the new Musk fragrance. I haven't tried the original. I haven't tried the rose one. I mean, there's just a lot of bangers from Zaharoff, but their price point is really high. I think it's justified, but I really wish they had a much bigger discovery set that I could get into. But within the next couple of months, we will put at least 10 reviews of some of Zaharoff's bangers on the channel. So it's just a house I'm treading through lightly. Have you, let's see, if you haven't tried it, favorite from Dolce & Gabbana. Oh, I don't know what you mean there. Have you tested the Aromatics fragrance? I haven't. I'm going to be honest. Neeb is a cool guy. He's very knowledgeable, and he reviews a lot of fragrances, and he makes a lot of great recommendations. The last great recommendation I took from him was Cod Lodge Blue, Cod Lodge Shiaka Blue, which is like a Blue de Chanel Spice Bomb Extreme kind of fragrance. I don't see, the thing is with Neeb's fragrances, they retail at like 40 to 60 bucks. I think closer to 60. So I'm just waiting because when clones, I will rarely spend more than $40 on a clone. I'll just be honest with you. Like once I start getting close to the $100 price point, like I'm going to get a Mancera, I'm going to get a City Rhythms, I'm going to get a Tom Ford. Like that's just how I'm rocking with it. You know what I'm saying? But so it's kind of one of those things where I know Neeb's fragrances are going to come down to the $30, $40 price point in a couple of months. So I'm just chilling in the cut. I'm not in a race to get an Aromatics fragrance, to be honest. That's just me. But I have plenty of friends who have Aromatics' whole line and they love them. So especially the new release. So no shade against that, but I'm just not paying 60 bucks for a content creator's clone fragrance. Let's see. Bois d'Argent Dior is amazing. Okay. What's up, fragrance dude? Great Gucci Pour Homme 2 rendition is Homme 2 by Kingsgate. Hey, thanks for providing that, Kicks. Let's see if I can speed up the deal here. What's your top 3 this summer? Don't have them. What do you think about Bleu de Chanel EDT? Not worth it. Get the EDP or the Parfum. EDP for performance, Parfum for smell. What celebrity has the best cologne? None of them. None of them, dude. None of them. Does wood toughness affect smell? I don't know what that question means. I know a lot of people that love Iconic tried it and I still prefer the Chanel. Well, I would hope so, right? Like, it's the original. I mean, that's how it's supposed to be. You know? I don't think... I have put my nose to hundreds of clones. I can count on my hand how many fragrances I prefer over the original. But if it's close enough, then I prefer the price over the accuracy of scent. Every time I revisit Jazz Club, it gets better. Okay. What does lasting really mean after 7-8 hours if you're still feeling it? I don't know. I don't care about performance, to be honest. I'll just spray the fragrance as much as I want. Is Jean-Paul Gaultier overrated? No. I don't prefer any of their scents but Le Male Elixir. But that doesn't mean their fragrances are bad. Their fragrances sell like hotcakes. Have you tried alcohol-free fragrances? Yes, I have, actually. Have you tried Office for Men by Fragrance One? If so, what are your thoughts? Have not. Jeremy kind of pisses me off, to be honest. And I would never pay the money he's asking for. I've seen plenty of reviews on the fragrances, and he makes good fragrances, but not $300 fragrances. I think Fragrance Apprentice's assessment of Jeremy was spot on. Jeremy doesn't know whether he wants to be a luxury brand or a super practical brand. The branding says office, date, you know, it's supposed to be super practical. This is my fragrance for this. This is my fragrance for that, which should appeal to a designer level market, $100, sub $100 price point. But yet he's claiming that the fragrances are the best in those categories. And when you do that, now you bring the niche conversation in and his scents are not revolutionary. They're not niche quality. And so he's trying to sell you a he's trying to sell really good designer fragrances at niche prices, and they are not niche fragrances. And until he gets off of his high horse, he will not sell fragrances. Tom Ford for $60, where? Put me on. No, I didn't say Tom Ford was 60. I said once I start looking at a clone that's being offered for $60, I'm so close to the $100 price point, I'm just going to pay the 100 and get a niche fragrance. You can actually get a lot of Mancera for $70. Case in point, Mancera Vetiver Sensual, one of my favorite Manceras. I got this for $70. So the point is not that you can get a lot of niche fragrances for 60. It's just once you go to 60, you might as well spend 70 to 100 and just get the niche fragrance. What is something close to Gucci Guilty? Which one? Thoughts on Margiela? I don't like them. I reviewed the top 10 Maison Margielas. Great scents, but they're not worth $100. They're not even worth 80. They're not even worth 70. If Maison Margiela sold their fragrances at the $40 to $50 price point, they would sell way more fragrances. They're all super practical fragrances, but they are not $100 worthy scents. I took your tip on Mephisto. Win, win, win. Excellent. Mephisto's great, dude. It's an upgrade to anyone's designer blue fragrance collection. Any Azzaro Most Wanted clones? Oh, there's a ton. Just Google it, Jeffrey. Google Azzaro Most Wanted clones. Any of them will suffice. I haven't tried that house, Rambo. Do you ever try Taputi fragrance? I never tried that. Ever tried any of the alt fragrances? Alt is really bottom tier inspiration. Bottom tier inspiration house. Fragrance Dudes Ensemble Silver is spot on with that. But you know, you can get that fragrance for dumb cheap, the original, like he said. What do you think about Prada L'Homme EDT? A great fragrance, sucks with performance. You need to get Prada L'Homme Intense if you like Prada L'Homme. Otherwise, you will be really mad about performance. How about Hawas Tropical? Kindly give me the honest opinion. It's a good fragrance. It's a good fragrance. Thoughts on Panier des Sens? Haven't smelled it. What are your thoughts about YSL EDP? Which one? What Chanel did you say was your favorite? Oh, Chanel Allure Homme Sport. ALLURE space Sport. Chanel Allure Homme Sport. Or you can get the clone from Maison Alhambra, and it is called... What is it called? Maison Alhambra Alpine Sport. And it's $20 on Amazon. You're good, Beard. You're good, bro. Thoughts on Inexhaustible? Never heard of it. What's your top 3 vetivers? Roja's vetiver. At this current day, probably Ormond Jane's Vetiveria, Roja Parfums vetiver, Vetiver Sensual, and then Grey Vetiver. Yeah, I feel really good with that top 4. What about Rasasi Hawas Ice? It's better than the original. Best long-lasting projection, Freshie. Mahir Legacy Silver. Versace Eros EDT. I just picked up Imaginary Authors. That's a great long-lasting Freshie. Any of the Aqua de Gios. Off-Down Supremacy Silver. Vibrant Vetiver Delight. That's another really long-lasting Freshie. You're asking for the moon and the stars. Gucci Guilty Elixir. Great long-lasting Freshie. Freshies mostly are 3 to 4 hours of performance strong. It's very rare that you're going to come across a fresh fragrance that has 6 to 8 unless it's just massively ramped up on metallics or synthetics. Do you have Terre d'Hermes EDT? Terre d'Hermes is a really good vetiver, but it's not elite vetiver. It's just like very strong, robust designer vetiver. and I don't care which concentration of it you get. I absolutely love Terre de Hermes. I just don't carry it because it's an older scent to me, you know. But you know, one of these days I'll add it to the collection just to have it. But there was once upon a time I would wear. You could catch me with some Terre de Hermes all the time. But you can also get Lataffa's. Rissassi's Fattan, Fattam or Fattan. That is like a spot on Terre de Hermes clone for $20. I'm going to wind up getting the original Terre de Hermes just because it'll be a collector's piece at this point. I'm trying to collect elite vetivers. For me, it's like Pokemon. I got to catch them all. But yeah, as far as my elite, like god tier vetivers, easily Vetiver Sensual, Gray Vetiver, Roja Vetiver, Ormonjane Vetiveria. No question. I mean, I don't think anything's messing with those four. Azaro is $150 in Australia. You need to shop online. Australia's prices are terrible for fragrance. Thoughts on Killian's Angel Share? Very interested in it, but never smelled it. Yeah, ignore Ignore that fragrance. You don't need to pay for original Angel Share. This one right here, Fire Your Desire from Amir. You can get this for 25, 30 bucks for 100 ml. You can see the juice. I mean, it's spot on. Angel Share is vanilla, cinnamon, praline, cognac. Almost all the clones of Angel Share miss the cognac note. This has the cognac note, which to me keeps it perfectly unisex. Without the cognac, it is super feminine leaning. So that kind of brown liquor touch gives it some masculine balance for making it truly unisex. And man, I don't think anything's really touching this as a Angel Share clone. And I've smelled a lot. The only other Angel Share clone that I think kind of is at least tied with this, but has a slightly different feel, is going to be not Fierté. French Avenue. Man, it's been a while since I've smelled a lot of clones. French Avenue, something too. It slipped my mind. Somebody will say it in chat, but to me, this beats it. Fire Your Desire by Paris Corner Amir. That's all you need if you're looking for Angel Share in a bottle. What do you like so much about Parfum de Marly Galloway? You know, with a fresh fragrance, like a fresh, super Swiss Army versatile outdoor fragrance, you have different categories. You know, you have green, you have mineralic, you have earthy, you have aquatic, you have green, you have citrus, you have spices, you know, peppers, white pepper, regular pepper, Szechuan pepper, pink pepper. And for that reason, a lot of fragrances only lean on one or two of those categories to make a fresh scent. You have soapy, you have linen as well. And it's very rare that you get a signature fragrance freshy everyday wear, because they all lean on like one or two. And so a lot of fresh fragrances lack complexity, which makes them less signature. You really need some degree of perfect balance and complexity to have a signature scent, I feel, because otherwise everybody can rock with it and everybody's going to buy it. My favorite affordable Swiss Army knife freshie is Lalique White. Why? Because it takes all the categories and makes an all-time quarterback level of a fragrance. This fragrance has all of these are fresh as crap, okay? It has citrus, so bergamot citrus. Beautiful. It has vetiver. Vetiver in the base puts a smile on my face. It makes a fragrance more complex. It's got a slight peppery note, but it's super buttery smooth. It has tamarind spice, a tiny little spice kick on the bottom to add to the zesty twang of freshness. It's green. It's soapy, and it's linen-y. I don't know how they took all of the best things about all the different fresh fragrances and put it into one bottle. But for $25, this is the most signature, affordable Swiss Army knife freshie that you're going to find. And It's timeless. Now, why am I showing you Lalique White? Because Parfums de Marly Galloway smells exactly like this, just a touch sweeter and a touch less fresh and more dense. Very close in the family of, and ironically, they both look the exact same. So I always say this, if you're looking for a Swiss Army knife of an everyday, slightly outdoorsy, all-star fresh fragrance that is actually signature and not just fresh and good, $25 will get you this, and 100 to 150 on discounters will get you Galloway. Galloway, I used to think Galloway was this elevated into niche, but I actually like this more than Galloway, just slightly, by the tiniest degree. So I say Galloway and Lalique White are equal in value to me, both 10 out of 10 fragrances. And also you got to look at the fact that most Parfums de Marly fragrances, they never talk about Galloway. And so that makes Galloway even more signature. To me, it's more signature than Sedley. It's more signature than Carlisle. And those are the more fresh fragrances advertised from that house. So, you know, that's why I think Galloway should be bought more. A review is coming of Rasas Hawass Tropic Ayush. So just stay tuned for that. What's an alternative of the Dior Sauvage DNA? Oh my gosh, there's so many. Just go on YouTube and type Dior Sauvage clone and watch the bigger name YouTubers, and you'll find a lot of great Dior Sauvage clones. What about the Cupid one? What about it? Thoughts on Citrus? I never heard of it. None of the new designer releases appeal to me, myself, Azzaro, etc. Okay. What's your favorite summer fragrance? I don't have one, but a lot of great summer bangers. Lalique White, Ex Nihilo, Fleur Narcotique, Vetiver Sensual from Mancera, Tom Ford Grey Vetiver, Lalique Lin Sumi. This new one that I just got from Imaginary Authors, Slow Explosions, smells like Tom Ford Oud Wood soaked in red sangria. Really dope fragrance. But there's so many. There's literally Lalique Equus, Lalique White, Bentley Momentum Unlimited. If you want to go niche tier, we could talk Roja's Oceania or Isola Sol or Roja Harrods, Casa Marati, Mephisto. I mean, Gucci Guilty Elixir if you want to go into designer. Aqua di Gio Eau de Parfum is everything Aqua di Gio, but greener, herbal, more tea, surprisingly. I mean, there's just a lot of good summer bangers, guys. Just so many. Which Jean-Paul Gaultier is your favorite? Le Male Elixir, but in 2025, you don't need Le Male Elixir. Lattafa's Kingdom is close by almost 100%. Performance, DNA, spot on. Kicks just reminded me this week. If you want Le Male Elixir, get this. If you want a remix to Le Male Elixir, then get Lionheart from Armaf. Armaf is Le Male Elixir, but ramped up in mint. I have every Imaginary Authors fragrance. Sick. I'm envious of you. But I am going to get the Discovery, the whole complete anthology Discovery set of Imaginary Authors. I love Slow Explosions. I have Memoirs of a Trespasser. Those are scents that you spray in the air at home and really enjoy. You could wear them out and about, but they're more artistic pieces. Best fragrance for PE on a sunny day. I already just told you that. What are your thoughts on Greenlee? Get Aether from French Avenue and save yourself a lot of money. What do you think about Amora Cafe? I think you get Kamrakawa for $20, and that'll get you close enough to Amora Cafe. Amora Cafe is a good smelling fragrance, but I'm not going to spend $100 to $150 to smell like coffee. I'm just not. I'm sorry. Thoughts on Cod Lodge Island? We just reviewed that last night. Cod Lodge Island is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Have you smelled Crash Boat? I have not. Thoughts on Mason Francis Kirkjohn Aqua Universalis? Very good fragrance. I tend to lean towards Amorous Extrait and Gentle Fluidity. And I mean, there's so many good MFKs. I'm just talking about the freshies. Amorous Extrait, I think, is the strongest in terms of DNA and cleanliness. But, you know, you can go with anything. You can go with Aqua. You can go with Aqua Media. You can go with Amorous. I mean, shoot, you can go with Kirke or Kirky. You know, they have a lot of good fresh fragrances. What is a good Aventus clone? Pre-show one from Armaf. Does PDM Wajan remind you of Angel Share? Yes, but they're not the same. Wajan is way better than Angel Share. If you're asking me what's the better fragrance, Wajan kills Angel Share. Angel Share feels like a teenager. Wajan feels like a grown man. It's not grown in a sense of mature. I'm just talking the scent profile is way richer, way sexier on Wajan than Angel Share. However, if you can't afford Wajan, Fragrance World has a fragrance called Legion on tripletraders.com, and you can get that for like 30 bucks, and it is a great clone of Wajan. What's your best life advice? This isn't a life advice channel. How close is Maison Alhambra to yeah? Oh, how close is Maison Alhambra yeah to why? I think Fakar Black is the closest thing to why, but yeah is still close enough. What do you think about Mancera Intense Cedrat Boisé? Classic, really good scent. It's very mature though, so just tread cautiously. You've got the right thinking though about wanting to get the Intense. You should get Cedrat Boisé Intense over Cedrat Boisé any day of the week. Thoughts on Diptyque Eau de Menthe EDP? It's not my tea. I prefer Tempo and Florida Poe, but they have some other bangers. Those are just the ones I prefer. How close is Galloway best fresh PDM and the only one I ever bothered to get? Hey, I can agree with that. I don't think it's the only one worth buying, but Galloway is in my top 3 Parfums de Marly any day of the week. Do you like Mont Blanc Explorer? No, not in 2025. No need for Mont Blanc Explorer. It's a great smelling fragrance, but you need to upgrade. Get Armaf Pre-Show 1. Burlington 1819 is top 2 summer fragrance. I don't know about that, buddy. Burlington 1819. I mean, it's certainly an amazing fragrance, but top anything. I've only seen one person say this is their favorite fragrance, and that's the Fragrance Apprentice. This is his second favorite fragrance of all time, but he's a very unique individual. Most people can't pull off Burlington 1819. It is a very complex scent. I think if you like Burlington 1819, but you're scared to go into it because the reviews on it are crazy, get Harrods. Harrods is way easier of a wear. Thoughts on Lacoste Red? I don't like Lacoste Red. I like Style in Play. Lacoste Red, if it's that one, I love it. I have Paradise Garden. What other summer fragrances should I buy? I was thinking Greenly. Greenly would be great. Parfums de Marly Greenly. How's the longevity? I would just get French Avenue Aether or Fragrance World Aether, whichever one. Aether will clone Greenly spot on for you. Thoughts on Demeter and the lab fragrances? Don't have any experience with them. Best Joe Malone scents? I don't really prefer Joe Malone because they make a lot of eau de colognes. I just wasn't that thrilled by the house. I'll upgrade to Chanel Exclusive any day of the week. What do you think about Okcha? I haven't put my nose to any of those. I don't really do a lot of inspiration houses. What about Creed Green Irish Tweed? I already have Aventus. I would just get Trey Nui from Armaf. It's close enough. Or Yaman Lale's Green Irish Tweed is pretty nice too. What's up? Do you like Initio Oud for Greatness? I do. I have it. I don't think you need this fragrance though. If anyone was ever interested in getting Oud for Greatness from Initio, just get the clone. Boreal Oud, Oud for Glory. It is the exact same thing. This one has a slight bit of airiness This one's just the tiniest bit heavier, but as far as scent profile, this is spot on with this. It's actually pretty scary. And that'll only cost you 25 bucks on Amazon. So, you know, this is more of a collector piece to me. Completely unnecessary to your collection. Great fragrance, though. I prefer Intense over Aventus. You regret buying Aventus. Of course you did. I mean, when there's so many clones out there, you don't need it. I just ordered Atlas. Is it worth it? No. Atlas is an amazing idea gone wrong. They put some kind of synthetic in there that just makes the fragrance so harsh. When you get Atlas in the mail, don't spray it more than one time. It is nuclear and highly synthetic. What would you recommend me to get for a hot summer day? Cold glass of water. You got it retail from Creed. Yeah. Bad buy, Beard, but hey, we all learn. What's your thoughts on suits? Get a Rabiat Al Oud from, I don't know what from, but it's a better YSL. Or Tarathi Brown is a better fragrance than Suits. Oh, you were new to the game. Okay, Beard. Hey, we all make mistakes, bro. Thoughts on Jean-Paul Gaultier Le Male? It's okay. What's the best $35 cologne in your opinion? Oh my gosh, there's so many. Angel, there's hundreds of $35 options. Hey, have you ever smelled Guerlain Intense Cure? No, I have not. What's the oldest frag that you like? Probably Bois de Portugal from Creed, 1987. Oh, I made it to the bottom of the chat. There we go. Anything sweet other than Eros for going out? This one right here. If you think Versace Eros is a little too sweet, go Gucci Guilty Elixir. Similar vibe. The sweetness is scaled down a good amount. Gucci Guilty Elixir, man. Oh my gosh. To me, best designer release of 2024. This to me is Eros evolved. It's never going to beat Eros because Eros has all the sweetness that women love in it. So it's going to get more compliments. But this is still got the sweetness. This is one of the very few designer fragrances that I would recommend as of recent releases. Gucci Guilty Elixir is the truth, bro. 10 out of 10. I rarely give out 10s to a fragrance. Gucci Guilty Elixir, Swiss Army knife, any season, any reason, any age. Very good scent. What's your opinion on Givenchy Pie? It's a timeless older man's scent. But women like it. It's nostalgic for women because it kind of smells like what their dad would have smelled like when they were little girls growing up. And it's kind of just like, it's got a nostalgia to it. Pie is a good scent. It's just very outdated in 2025. But many people would say it's timeless, but I don't think it's mass appealing timeless. I think it's niche timeless. Anything oud, I'm in. Okay. Suggest me a vanilla caramel in the $30 range. Camra. What is your personal best blend of two colognes? Oh, I have an ebook coming out, Myers, of all my best blends. So I'm going to let you wait for that. Do you have a favorite at the 88? Oh, Aaron Terrence Hughes. No, I'm just now starting to get into Aaron Terrence Hughes. I just did a review of Hard Candy and what's the other one? Hard Candy and Unicorn. So when Aaron Terrence Hughes drops, he sells out very fast. You know, you have to find it on like Max Aroma and stuff like that to get them and not have to pay some ridiculous shipping fees and all that. And they're very expensive. Like, they're very expensive. So, we're getting into Unicorn. We're getting into Hard Candy. I can tell he's got some heat. We'll continue to explore Aaron Terrence Hughes fragrances. How about Amber Oud Exclusive Blue Edition Extrait? It's good, but I prefer Iconic. Thoughts on Le Ombre de... oh, that's a good fragrance. If you're talking about the little orange bottle, circular, that tilts to the side, that's a really good orange fragrance. How do you feel about Black Orchid? I love it. Absolutely love it. But I think a lot of people are intimidated by how heavy the orchid floral note is. So I would say go with Zara Man. Smells exactly like Black Orchid EDP, but fresher, a little less heavy, sweet, powdery floral. But you still get, you know, the chocolate cakey vibe with spiced cacao and orchid. This is amazing. 10 plus hours performance. Zara Man, 30 to 35 bucks on Triple Traders. 10 out of 10. Top 3 best release in the clone world for 2024. Best Pacific Chill clone. They just came out with one very recently, Oscar. Just look on YouTube. There's so many people doing videos on it. There's a very good clone of it that just came out. What's the best clone for Dior Sauvage? There's not a best clone for Dior Sauvage. Dior Sauvage has like 20 clones out right now. Just pick one. They're all good. They're all good. Yeah. No. I said orange because I'm pretty sure that there's notes of orange in that fragrance. I forget, but yes, it's a good fragrance. I've heard mixed reviews on what? Oh, well, you're always going to hear mixed reviews. What's the best clone for another 13? I don't know what that is. What's up, TT? Guys, don't be obsessed with fragrances. A man needs a little from everything. I don't know what that means, bro. I don't know what that means. Matter of fact, for being so odd, get your butt in timeout. Good morning, Grey Wolf. All right, guys. Hey, we made it to the end of chat. I'm going to give you guys like no. What the heck am I talking about? I'm going to give you guys 1 minute to ask all your last minute questions. I'm going to take a piss and then I will come back, answer them, and we will sign off. And so while I'm taking a piss, let's get you guys in front of the collection so you can have a nice little close-up for the evening and see the collection. I've been cleaning my shelf, so this isn't everything, but it's plenty for you to look at. There you go. Yes, and then do you guys need some extra light? Let me give you an extra light. Oh, what the heck? There we go. Okay, here's some extra light for you guys. I'll be right back, taking a piss. All right, guys, I'm back. I am back. Oh, wow, we still have a steady 65. That's kind of nutty. Okay. Last minute questions. Let's see. Best clone of Leighton. Lalique White and Black. $20, $25. Let you take a screenshot of it. 3, 2, 1, and back to me. A lot of people say Mont Blanc Legend Spirit is good for the gym, but is it worth getting otherwise as a daily summer fragrance? Yeah, it's worth it. Sarah, no, I haven't, Henry. I haven't smelled that one. Which is the best clone for Leighton? Just told you. What's the best perfume for daytime? There's so many. Sorry I got on late, but I was wondering what's your thoughts on Psychedelic Love, Atomic Rose, Narcotic, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I'm not going to give you my opinion on all those, but the only ones I would buy is Atomic Rose, Narcotic Delight. No. I forget. Narcotic Delight or Psychedelic Love. I think Psychedelic Love. Yeah, Atomic Rose, Psychedelic Love. Magnetics Blend 7 is not worth it. Narcotic Delight's not worth it. I mean, honestly, though, Musk Therapy is better than all three of those, but yeah. Um, Thank you for all the help, man. I ordered like 3 cents during this stream. Hey, anytime, Rambo. I hope it was helpful for you. Anything alike or anything like it, but better than Versace Man. Which one? Mano Fraiche? Thoughts on Creed Millesime Imperial? Get Milestone from Armoff. It smells better than today's formulation of Millesime Imperial. You don't need it. Yeah, I saw TT. Congratulations, buddy. What's your thoughts on Kate Alferson? It's like a Baccarat Rouge hybrid pineapple fragrance. It's okay. I mean, it's a more Middle Eastern take on like Baccarat Rouge meets Creed Aventus. A lot of people that are from the Middle East really like it. Americans, kind of just kids like it, you know, 20 years oldish area. But it's a pretty cheap fragrance. I think if you like Kate Alferson, upgrade to Off Non-Supremacy Collector's Edition. Same pineapple, just sexier. If you want something closer to Absolute Aventus, get Armoff Peugeot 1. If you want something closer to Baccarat, then get Armoff Untold. Thoughts on the Versace private line? I haven't put my nose to Vanilla Rouge. I don't really mess with Versace's private line because to me, every fragrance they have, there's another niche fragrance that's better than it. So I don't really mess with the private line from Versace, to be honest. Do you like Polo Blue Parfum? It is really good, but Deep Blue Parfum is better than Polo Blue Parfum. In fact, Polo 67 Parfum or EDP is better than Polo Blue. Polo Blue Parfum is like the third best. Then 67 Parfum, and then Deep Blue is the best. Is there a light, long-lasting summer fragrance clone? Absolutely. 8 to 10 hours. Glorious Oud Royal Blanc, clone of Initio Musk Therapy, 10 out of 10. Super long-lasting. Club de Nuit Iconic, spot on 10 out of 10 clone of Bleu de Chanel. That's $20, and you'll get 8 hours plus. And I have original Bleu de Chanel EDP, so I would know. Off Non-Supremacy in Heaven. This smells more like Silver Mountain Water than today's Silver Mountain Water from Creed directly. This will get you like 10 hours plus for $20. Tarathi Blue from Off Non. Great Bulgari Tigar clone. That's like $20. That'll last you at least 6 to 8 hours. Mahir Legacy Silver. Metallic, Rainwater, Mojito, Lime, Mint. That'll last you 10 hours. There's a lot of great clones that'll last you all day. Haven't smelled Jack Henry. Do you have perfume recommendations? Missoni Wave is cool. Is there a like long-lasting summer fragrance? Already answered that. Tempura or Oliviera, I can't pick. Have you tried Mancera Tonka Cola? It's okay. Kicks, I'm surprised you're still in here, bro. Thanks for sweeping out the nerds. Best inspiration for Hasavat. Off Non-Supremacy Collector's Edition for Hasavat. That's the closest you're going to get. And this is only like 90%, but it's a little sweeter than Hasavat, but it's got all that oak moss. It's got the pineapple. Again, Hasavat cannot be cloned, but this gets like 90% and no other DNA will get you close to it. And the complement factor is insane. So even if you smell this and you're like, it's not exactly Hasavat, you're still going to get 100 compliments wearing that fragrance as long as you look the part. Polo 67, #1 scent for me at the moment. Okay, it's not a bad scent. Do you have a dupe of Le Male Le Parfum? Go on YouTube and type Le Male Le Parfum clone. You will see like 2 of them right now that are very good. So look it up. I can't type it out right now. I saw on one of your older live streams you had the Louis Vuitton on your shelf. Which one was it? And do you still have it? No. I've never had original Louis on my shelf. You might have seen clones of Louis on my shelf. I would never buy a bottle of Louis. there's 100 other fragrances I would get at the price point of a Louis, which retails around 400. So, you know, my mom carries like 4 Louis. I carry clones of Louis, but I've actually given away all my clones of Louis. The only Louis that I actually have for the purposes of letting people know it's better than imagination is Sahib Intense. But as far as clones that look like Louis, I had the Meteor clone, I had the Intimation, I had the 2 Jean Lows, the Immortelle, which was the L'Immensité, and the something else. But I gave them all away in my giveaways. I sent kicks 2 of them. Yeah, so if you saw something that looked like LV, it was not actual LV. Do you have any BDK? No, but I do have a Grise Charnel clone, which is... Do I even still carry it? I think I put it in a giveaway. Yeah, I have a Grise Charnel clone, Lattafa Liam Gray. That's the only one I carry. The only BDK that I would actually buy is like the Citrus Riviera, I think is the name of it, something Riviera. That one's cool, but all the other ones just aren't my speed. Have you tried Byredo, Reine de Nuit? No, I haven't. The only Byredos I've tried is the Vanilla Extrait, Ball de Freak, Bibliothèque, Gypsy, whatever the Gypsy one is. I've smelled a lot of Byredo. Byredo, I've just realized, is not my house. Ball de Freak's the closest one, but, you know, Vibrant Vetiver Delight from Amir is like 9.5 out of 10 Ball de Freak in a nutshell. And then if you want something even better than Ball de Freak, the Hanuman from Boadicea the Victorious is Ball de Freak with more performance. So, you know, it's just kind of not really worth the money. The performance is terrible on Ball de Freak. Mandarin Sky is okay. What cologne should I get next? You guys are running me up on the questions. I'm trying to get out of here. What cologne should I get next? I have La Mala Parfum, Bleu de Chanel, YSLY, Jimmy Choo. What cologne should I get? My next budget is $159. Get Mancera Amberful for $100 and put the $59 back in your pocket. What are your thoughts on Afnan Rebel? Not into it. I don't like it. I don't think it's worth the money. I bought, okay, by Hermes, Ard Al Zafran Sahib Intense and Polo 67 EDP. Oh, those are good choices. Good choices. You have an orange scent, a blue scent, and Imagination, which is like a citrus aquatic medley. Thoughts on Grise Dior? I don't know what fragrance that is, TT, to be honest. Recommend a cologne for somebody who's very rugged and doesn't want to smell like a frat kid. So you're in college and you want a rugged scent? Rugged. Okay. Oh, I got some good ones, actually. You're in college, so I'm just going to give you affordability with these. Rugged. Okay. All right, you asked for rugged. Okay. Ombre Leather Clone. Afnan Rare Carbon. It's somewhat of a smooth but rugged leather with a raspberry note. You know, clean but slightly rugged leather and raspberry. Encre Noir a la Extreme, which is going to be, imagine you had a bonfire in the backyard for a frat party, and the fire ran out and you just have kind of these smoky burnt embers laying around in the backyard. So you kind of smell a bit of the flame, extremely woody, ambery, dry woods. That's this, resins, but still fresh. But this has a rough and tough. If you wear this, it smells like you just got done going to a bonfire party and you took it with you. I would call that rugged. And this is rugged sexy. So this is loads of cognac, smooth pipe tobacco, myrrh and elemi resin, and then freshness over the top with mint, bergamot, and papyrus. This is when you want to be rugged, but you still want to get chicks every night. You wear this, women will be all over you. So this is Rugged Man Sexy Date Night. This is Rugged Man Daily. And this is Rugged Man Hybrid Daily and Nightly. La Lique, Encre Noir a la Extreme, Afnan Rare Carbon. So $20, $20, $40. You said rugged. Do you like Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male Elixir? Yes. What's your scent of the day? My scent of the day was... What the heck did I wear today? Vibrant Vetiver Delight is what I wore today. What cologne should I get next? I don't know. Have you smelled Amouage Beach Hut Man yet? Yes, I did. I just reviewed it with Kix last night. I know you have a $150 budget, but you don't need the $150 budget. Get Amberful from Mancera for $100. Maybe it'll be $120 and call it a day. Just because you're spending $150 doesn't mean you're getting a better scent than something that's $100. I'm just giving you a straight banger that is not in your collection right now that you should have. How does red tobacco compare to another tobacco cologne? I don't like red tobacco. In fact, if you want red tobacco, get Day 3. Looks like this. Day 3, called Ambar Dominicano. If you want Mancera red tobacco, just way sexier, get Ambar Dominicano from Day 3, and call it a day. Way better than red tobacco. Was it Jean Low? Yeah, I had 2 Jean Lows that I gave away. Intimation's not a Jean Low. Sahib Intense isn't a Jean Low, but I did have 2 of them. Actually, I had 3 of them. House of Spade is a good Louis clone. It's okay. It doesn't beat Sahib Intense. Best dupe for imagination, Sahib Intense from Ard Al Zafran. It looks crazy, but it's way better than Aqua Dubai and freaking Game of Spades and all that. Take a screenshot. 3, 2, 1. Trust me, guys. 2 people emailed me last week and said, Scent Bubble, thank you so much for showing me a $30 incredible clone of imagination. Evening, since Roja Dove was originally in the marketing in the fragrance industry, do you think he's done well as a perfumer with his line? I don't think it has anything to do with marketing. I just think Roja makes incredible sense. He makes stuff that is nostalgic or transformative. They take you to places. They're complex. They're interesting. Most of his scents are very signature. Somehow he makes a signature scent that's extremely versatile, which is hard to do. He just has so many bangers. I mean, there's levels to this fragrance thing, and Roja, every time he makes a scent, it's on another level. Now, starting this year, he has protege perfumers making all of his new releases, including the one that's about to come out. So Roja Dove is no longer making sense. He's just curating them. So we'll see what the future is for Roja, but they're a powerhouse. Is that Amir fragrance on the 3rd shelf? Probably. I have a couple of Amirs. I own Bal de Freak, Rain de Nuit, Rouge Coutique, Mojave Ghosts are all amazing. They are. Thoughts on Killian Smoking Hot? Not my cup of tea. I like Straight to Heaven. I like Black Phantom. Have you tried La Capitale? No, I have not. Best inspiration for Hasavat, better than Nishane Hasavat. Nothing is better than Nishane Hasavat, Crystal. So get that out of your head. There's certainly not a clone that's better than Hasavat, and there's not a pineapple fragrance under this Moon and Stars, that's better than Hasselblad. And you can get Hasselblad for $100, so you might as well just get the original. Which is better, Dior Sauvage Elixir or Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Privé? Two completely different scents, so you should never compare the two. But if you had a gun to my head and told me to pick one, I would pick Gentleman Reserve Privé all day long. Yeah. Yeah, no, I hear you, TT. I'm just not familiar with it. What's your favorite summer fragrance? Too many to count. Best inspiration for... If you keep asking that, if I see that one more time, you're going to get sniped. What do you think about Rare Reef? Good. Do you have Tom Ford Noir Extreme? I have a sample of it. I prefer original Noir, but Noir Extreme is incredible. Best fresh perfumes, summer perfumes under 50. So many. I named several of them earlier, so just rewind. Which is better, Dior Sauvage? We already did that. I'm going to put you in timeout because we don't want to ask questions over and over just because we're not getting answered. Favorite colognes? Versace, Manifresh, Imagination. What suggestions would you recommend me? What suggestions would you recommend me, bro? Whether niche or designer, I'm fine. Well, you don't have a lot of like sexy fragrances that are fresh. So here's some cheapies that you should just get right away that beat both the fragrances you have. So Lalique Equus, EQUUS, $25. Amazing. Lalique White and Black, smells just like Layton, and it's a designer, it's not a clone. Lalique White and Black, $25. Amazing. Those two are DNAs you don't have in your shelf. Bentley for Men Black Edition is Creed Aventus, but swap out pineapple for Mandarin Orange. Or not Mandarin Orange, Tangerine. I call this fragrance Young Money. Those three right there, $60. You can add all three of them to your collection, and it'll give your collection so much more diversity. Do you have Givenchy Play? I have an empty bottle of it. It's an amazing fragrance. What do you think of Azzaro Forever? Only Azzaros I ever would buy is the Most Wanted Parfum and Wanted by Night Parfum. The Rugged Sensi. What's that black bottle in the shelf under the top one? Bulgari Man in Black, by Killian Black Phantom, and by Killian Straight to Heaven. Show us all the Tom Ford you have. Show me. No, I won't. I am thinking of getting Jean Lo Immortelle. Is it a good idea? It is a good fragrance, or you can get Yaman Lale's version. Either one is great. What cologne would you suggest with Italian bergamot in it? Probably Imagination. Would Tom Ford Grey Vetiver be good for me? No, TT. No. No, you're too young. No, nah, TT. You're not old enough for that scent yet, bud. Go into this, TT. Get Lalique Equus. It's still a vetiver scent, but way more wearable. $25. Look at the juice, okay? This is an everyday scent that you don't have in your collection right now. It's amber, vetiver, and grapefruit. So nice. For your age, you would wear this every day and smell like the best looking guy in the room. Trust me. That is like a, you know, when people use the term wingman, that's a wingman fragrance. And it's perfect for your age. So thoughts on Jimmy Choo Man Ice? It's great, but performance sucks. Do you have a favorite fragrance line at the moment? Javoy. Attractive ones around $50 for men. I named several of them. If you're trying to get women, Lalique White and Black, Versace Eros, 50 and under. Gucci Guilty Elixir, 50 and under. Supreme L'Homme Extreme, Cherry Almond Champagne, Gary's Den, Cayenne Classic, Maison Alhambra Afro Leather, Odyssey Homme Black Edition. Those are all sex in a bottle fragrances. Have you tried Xerjoff? You already asked me that earlier. What's your favorite parfum? Ton of them. Do you have Usher? Hell no. Have you tried Penhaligon's? I haven't. No. Penhaligon's is an older man house, TT. I would stay away from Penhaligon's. You're not ready for it. Have you smelled anything by, I don't know, Low? Do you have Aqua de Gio EDP? Yes, it's right here. If you're an older guy, this is the best one in the line. No, it's not. Profumo Profondo EDP. EDP is the greenest. It's got a green and herbal tea take on ADG, which is the only thing that connects me to Aqua de Gio at this point, because I've grown out of Aqua de Gio. Get Profondo if you're 30 and down and you just want a fresh every day. Get Profumo if you have access to it, if you want the sexiest fragrance. If you can't find Profumo, get Lattafa Sacrat on Amazon for $20. It's the closest thing to Profumo you're going to find. If you're burnt out from the Aqua de Gio line and you're above 25 years old and you want something that's like ADG with a twist, then get the Eau de Parfum. But honestly, every Aqua de Gio is great. You know, people get mad I don't talk about the Parfum or the Elixir. They're good fragrances, but they're not in my top 3. Rayhan collection. I don't mess with Rayhan, but Rayhan makes great fragrances. Or the Rayhan collection is really good. What is the green Creed bottle? Original vetiver. Which perfume do you have that projects like a mofo and has crazy longevity? A lot of stuff. Too many to count. Best recommendation for mid-40s dad. Couple things. Well, I can't actually recommend that because you got to be a little bit of a connoisseur. Some great ones for dad in the 40s. Bentley for Men Black Edition. Easy. Lalique Equus for dad. Easy. Lalique Lin Sumi for dad. Easy. Those 3 right there, he'll fall in love with you. He'll up your allowance if you get him for him. Hey man, I remember the time I asked you about Xerjoff recommendations last time and you said Cosmoratti Mephisto, best thing I've smelled. Hey, listen, I'm glad you enjoy it, Brian. I don't lie, man. I don't lie. Parfum de Marly Greenly clone. French Avenue Aether. A-E-T-H-E-R. Imagination, where can I buy it and who is it by? Sahib Intense Ard Al Zafran. Just type Sahib, S-A-H-E-B, Intense on Google and they'll show you everybody that sells it. Take care, TT. Hey, make more videos, man. I still don't see you working hard enough on YouTube. Post more. I don't care how boring the video is. Post more. What is your take on Calvin Klein Escape? Don't like it. Is Aqua de Gio EDP, the clear bottle, the same scent as the new Aqua de Gio EDP with the Grady bottle? No, it is not. Which is better, Supremacy in Oud or Supremacy Not Only Intense? Not Only Intense by a long shot, Jeffrey. Diptyque is underrated. Super underrated, but that's because it is a gentleman skin scent brand, and people don't like skin scents, and a lot of people don't like gentlemanly. Your thoughts on Amber Oud Aqua Dubai? Oh, I mean, it's good. It'll get the job done, but I prefer Sahib Intense. I think it's better. Lalique Equus. So when you look up Lalique, you're going to see a fragrance like this that has a lion on it. And then this one has a horse. The horse is Equus. E-Q-U-U-S. Lalique pour homme Equus. This right here, I recommended it for TT because it can reach down into Teenagerville and smell amazing, but this is ageless. I'm 36. I wear this all the time. The dent don't lie. $20, $25. This is basically Mancera's Amberful, but warmer. Amazing high heat scent. You can wear this in high heat. It'll push. Sexy. Vetiver, grapefruit, and amber. It is an addicting scent. You'll smell it at first and really like it, but over time you'll realize how many scents don't make you feel like how this makes you feel, and it will grow on you like crazy. I loved it at first sniff, but it is simpler. So, you know, over time, you'll just fall in love with it, man. Okay. No, Derek. The best Blue Talisman performance-wise is Art of the Universe by Lattafa. The closest smelling Blue Talisman clone is Taj 2 from either French Avenue or Fragrance World. I think it's Fragrance World. But Taj 2 is a lot like Aether to Greenlee in that when you first get it, it'll smell really light and it takes about 3 to 6 months to macerate, but it's the most accurate to Talisman. But Art of the Universe is like 85 to 90% close to Talisman, but you get monstrous projection and performance. So it's really, do you want the more performing one or do you want the closest smell to Talisman? If that's the case, get Taj 2. If you want the performance, get Art of the Universe. The other one you just named is not touching those two. When did you buy Roja Burlington 1819? I got it like 3 months ago. And how long does it last? It does not last at all. Great scent, very unique one-of-one. It's like an art piece in my collection, but it loses projection after like an hour or two. Performance, 3-4 hours of skin scentness. Not worth the money, but I'm a collector and it is totally worth having in my collection. But if you're somebody who wants to buy a fragrance that has good performance, and it's also a challenging scent, you know. Now, if you go with like Roja's Harrods, much better buy. Alternatives to Chanel Allure Homme Sport is Maison Alhambra Alpine Sport. Get that. You'll get performance and you'll get a great Chanel Allure Homme Sport. You-Rock Man, thanks. Great weekend. Thank you, Blockbuster. Try Ajmal Amber Wood, must try. Okay. What's your most expensive one that you have? Diaghilev. You can look that up. I got Gucci Guilty Elixir waiting for it to be shipped. Smelled like the most unique and best to me out of the Guilty line. It is. It is. I think it's the best designer release of 2024. Appreciate you, Kicks. I'm signing off with you, brother. Love you, man. Take care. Favorite Chanels. Coral Mandel and Le Leon. Also, I've had Roja Oceania and Elysium in my cart for days. Is one better for high heat? Oceania has moderate to low performance, but it smells better than Elysium. Elysium has a lot better performance. So if you're buying originals and not clones, I would go with Elysium. Because Oceania, you're going to absolutely fall in love with, but be mad at the performance for how much money you spent on it. Do you like Hawas Black? No. Do you remember Gucci Envy? Yes, I do. Absolutely. Don't be weird, Marat. Go in timeout. Byredo has some good witty fragrances, but I don't remember the name. Honestly, Byredo sucks at performance, and the fragrances that smell really good in performance, I don't care for. How would you describe Harrods? Harrods is in the realm of like somewhere between Vetiver Sensual by Mancera and Tygar from Bulgari. Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to name some fragrances it will remind you of, but it's better than. Picture Lafayette Street, Tygar, and Vetiver Sensual from Mancera all had a baby and made this fragrance. Amazing scent. Lots of bright, vibrant citruses, mostly grapefruit forward. Lots of greenery under it. Lots of heavy amber. Great performer in heat. It's an amazing smell, to be honest with you. Do the recent batches of Roja Elysium have worse performance? I mean, Roja Elysium is a lighter performing fragrance. I mean, if you're scared about spending Elysium money because if it doesn't perform well, you're going to be mad you spent the money, then just get this fragrance because it's a 10 out of 10 Elysium clone that has solid 6+ hour performance. FOMO Fragheads Asylum. This is an incredible Elysium clone. Amazing, good performance and push on it. This might outperform Elysium. This right here is top 10 best clones in my collection, as far as clones are concerned. Incredible. Don't buy Trillium. Don't buy all of these knockoff $20 Elysium clones. they smell good, they don't have performance. This is the only Elysium clone I have found that has great performance. And that was always my issue with Elysium. All the clones have good smells and are close to Elysium because Elysium, truthfully, isn't that hard to clone. It's the performance that's hard to maintain. I actually think Fraghead's Asylum outperforms actual Elysium. Bum, 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 bum. Is Creed of Venice worth the buy? No. Just get our Moth per show 1 and call it a day. I'm in between Aqua di Gio Parfum and the Most Wanted Parfum. Aqua di Gio can be worn every day, any season, any reason. Most Wanted Parfum is a fresh, sexy date night scent. So it's mostly meant to be worn in cold weather and more romantic vibes. So if you need the more versatile fragrance, go Aqua di Gio. If you need a sexy date night that can kind of go down into upscale casual but still is very sweet, then go with Most Wanted. Dun, 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 dun. Do you remember Ralph Lauren? No, I don't remember that one. Please define Tuxedo. Tuxedo is a vanillic, spicy, boozy fragrance. Yeah. Well, I mean, with fresh batches, you know, everything needs to macerate, but Roja pre-macerates their bottles. So what it smells like fresh out of the bottle, it's not really going to get more performance. If you're struggling with performance, just get an unscented lotion and then cake that thing on and you should be good. Guys, I'm about to go to bed. I'm going to fly through these. What's the most Western, futuristic, anti-Middle Eastern frag in your opinion? Gucci Guilty Elixir. Cedrat Boisé or Hassavat? Hassavat. I mean, Crystal, really what it comes down to is how old are you? If you're north of... Actually, I can't say that. Cedrat Boisé Intense. Don't get original Cedrat Boisé. Cedrat Boisé Intense feels a little more versatile, whereas Hassavat is more sexy masculine and boss CEO masculine. Cedrat Boisé is a little bit more versatile than that. It's like upscale casual and semi-formal. So if you're looking for the more versatile fragrance, Cedrat Boisé Intense. If you're looking for the most signature scent, go Hassavat. Do you appreciate Myself EDP? No, I don't. To me, Myself is the worst scent in the YSL line entirely. But it is a good smell. It's a good scent. I just wouldn't spend my money on it. I would buy L'Homme, La Nuit de l'Homme, Blue Electrique, Tuxedo, Baby Cat, YSLY. I'd buy all of those before Myself. I do have cologne autism. Why do you love fragrances? Because I do. Thoughts on Cod Lodge Island? Amazing, blind buy worthy clone of LeBeau. How does Tuxedo smell? Just told you. Can't wait to rock Paradise Garden. Just got it. One of the most unique, grassy, fruity scents I've ever smelled. It is a good fragrance. Boom, bum, bum, boom, bum, boom, bum, boom, 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 boom. Stay blessed. See you in the next live. Thank you, brother. God bless. Yeah, a lot of influencers are trendy, to be honest. What's your favorite take on the Fierce DNA? Honestly, I've never smelled a bad Fierce clone. Excellent live. Thanks for your answers. Anytime, Mario. I hope I was valuable to you. Feel free to... For any scents that I name really quickly, guys, you can always rewind back the live, but I leave all of my lives public, so you can always rewatch it in the car. My lives are great podcast material for sitting in the car and catching up. Best affordable winter scent, Lalique White and Black. Amazing winter scent. Eros can double into winter, $35, 100 ml. Off Not Supremacy Collector's Edition, Club de Nuit, per show. Gary's Den from FOMO. Mont Blanc Presence, actually. Great winter scent. The Musk Therapy clone, Glorious Oud Royal Blanc, Initio's Musk Therapy clone. Great winter scent. Amir Celestial, clone of Ganymede. I actually prefer this over Ganymede. It feels like you're at heaven's gates on a cloud. Mineralic, Suede, and Violet Leaf. Spice Bomb Extreme and Spice Bomb Infrared clone. Odyssey Ohm Black Edition. Sexy winter scent. There's just a lot of options. Hugo Boss Original was the best. How do you rate it with the new fragrance? I mean, Boss Bottled Elixir, Boss Bottled Descent, Boss Bottled Descent Magnetic, Boss Bottled Parfum, Elixir. Yeah, those are all amazing over the old one. Good night. Thanks for your passion for fragrances. Thank you. Bentley for Men Intense for the winter. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing though, guys. I'm probably one of the only influencers that doesn't recommend Bentley for Men Intense, because if you don't like a lot of rum and fougere, it's a beastly scent, man. I like Bentley for Men OG. It's the same scent profile, just fresher, more versatile. You could wear this in the winter, and you can wear it year round when you're indoors or at night. I don't prefer the Intense. The Intense is for rum fougere lovers, okay? If you're not the most ecstatic about fougeres and the smell of intense rummy booze, go with the OG. I think this is actually better unless you're a booze fougere fanatic. Is Dylan Blue overrated or underrated? Neither. It's a mass appealing, super popular, oversold fragrance that's worth the money. And by the way, the Bentley Original OG is only $20. What is fougere defined as? Green, spicy, earthy, oak moss, vetiver, stuff like that. But there's different facets of it. Ambers, boozy scents, green scents, dry wood scents, earthy, soily scents, spices, and then combinations of all of those. Your take on Davidoff Cool Water. It's old. Shout out to the master perfumer Jacques Polge. Okay, excellent. Paco Rabanne, they're all sweet. They're all good. You know, 25 and down. If you're 25 and up, graduate and move up to Givenchy. All right, guys. Hey, listen. Thank you to everybody. If you're new to this channel, I drop 2 to 4 videos every single day. I've only had a channel for like a year, but I've dropped 1 to 4 videos every single day since I started. And I have almost 700 videos in the vault in just 1 year. I drop shorts, game shows, long form, polls, community posts. I do so many collabs. I have a game show in fragrance. And I talk about everything from clone, dupe, inspired, designer, niche, and independent niche. And you can just imagine every day you can at least hear about 7 new fragrances you've never heard of, if not closer to 15, because I've been dropping a lot of extra content. If you like fragrances and you want somebody that posts at the same rate of a guy like JenSense, I don't think outside of JenSense any other fragrance person posts more content than me, period. So if you guys are into that, I always tell people subscribe for a week, turn on your notifications, let me earn your interest. You'll know really quickly if this is a channel for you, because I'm very active, so you'll get to file through the content. I try to bring more things to fragrance than just quick lists. I do Q&A, I do quick reviews, but I also do game shows on fragrance, collabs, some epic kind of movie style stuff on fragrances, just to bring entertainment to it. My material is great to ride in the car too. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I've been standing up now for 123 minutes just to bring you guys value on a Friday night, and I'd appreciate a sub. For those of you who have missed part of this live, I will leave it publicly available so you can rewatch it back. And I really don't take for granted the fact that you guys are hanging out with me on a Friday night. So hope you found value. Hope you have a blessed rest of your weekend. And enjoy your Friday, guys. It's the weekend, man. All right, take care, guys.